Offshore powerboat racing to me is it's an adrenaline rush. You know, just seeing the size of the boats, being able to go fast, instead of like your pleasure craft when you're out water skiing and doing things like that, and you think you're going quick. You know, you get into a race boat and you are going fast, and it's such an adrenaline rush. It's so exciting to be able to live your childhood dream. I started off when I was 6 years old. Great love of offshore powerboat racing. I used to go along and watch Mason Clippers race on the Auckland Harbour with my father, and then once I got boats of my own, I was a patrol boat and marker boat for New Zealand Offshore, and got to love it more and more. You know, the thunder of the boats racing past close to where I was good. And then at the beginning of the year, January 2012, I had an offer of a boat that was coming up for sale. So I decided to go and have a look at it, and spoke really quickly to my partner to talk her into allow me to buy this boat. And she knew it was a love of mine, and said, well, you know, if you sell your boat that I was using as a patrol boat, then you can buy a race boat. So it started then, and so we started off in Taupo in February of this year, and totally got hammered. It was the roughest water I've ever been in boating, and our first thoughts when the green flag went down was, what have we let ourselves in for? Because it's the roughest ride around Lake Taupo I've had in many years. Well, I do the throttles and the trimming of the boat when it's on the water racing, and basically go along with Jono and sort of give him advice on where I'd like the boat to head and what I can see from my side of the boat.
First year I started out, I raced an F3 tunnel boat in circuit boat racing. I entered a few races, but the way that it was laid out and the amount of races there were wasn't really fulfilling. So my boss got me into offshore, followed that around driving a race bus for a season. Sort of in the field, got to meet everyone, and then my boss bought a race boat for me to drive, which was pretty generous. So I raced that in Sport 60 restricted, won that class the first season. The second season I came second, and the previous season just gone, we had a lot more boats, had a few breakdowns, so I came fifth. But I learnt a lot over that season. I probably learnt more over that season than the previous two. So now I'm into this boat.
The sponsors get local signage at the races. They get high profile at the races with members of the public being able to see different boats by different sponsors. They get a guaranteed 500 minutes of TV time in New Zealand. Also, they get coverage in Australia, and also coverage on YouTube, which is a beauty of being able to get things up and on the air within seconds of the race. And also they get write-ups in boating magazines, local newspapers, and local TV coverage for that area. The good thing about the 2013 season is guaranteed Australasian TV coverage, because the Australians are coming over for the racing this year. So it's going to be promoted in New Zealand and televised live in Australia.